But mathematics requires step-by-step procedures. If you must arrive at the answer, you must start step by what? Step. Then you reach to the answer. Then mathematics is one of the foundations of the digital age. You know, we're in the digital age. A lot of people press computers now, press iPhone. In fact, the young people of today are known as the digital natives. The digital what? The digital what? If you can look at home, you see how a small kid operates the remote. If you allow your phone and they pick the phone, the way they manipulate the phone, you'll be surprised. These kids that are still in the school, why is it that they are more smarter with the phone than with the elderly ones? That's why we refer to them as the digital what? Natives. They are a special brand. Are you a special brand? I'm sure we are all special brands. Yes, today, if you want to join the digital era, as we are, there are some courses or choice of courses that you will do. The topic is right career choice in digital age. For you to be in this age, this era, for you to make headway, you must know mathematics. And the second speaker that said that there is a road you'll be traveling to, you get to a dead end. And there's another road you get to, it will be what? A junction. Can you remember that? A dead end. From this my talk is when you get to write your WAEC and you had F9 all through in all the subjects. Then if you look the other way around and you say, okay, this is dead end, can I make an amend? I will now convert this dead end to a junction. Then you can now rewrite WAEC to pass it. But everything centers in WAEC because when you get your subjects, you pass all your subjects. The subject can be divided into two distinct classes. The arts and the what? The sciences. How many of us are in the sciences? Can you wave? How many in the arts? But the digital era brought what is called convergence. Convergence. That is, the digital era brought both the science and the arts, brought them what? Together. So how do we make selection in our courses, in our subjects, when we are about to register WAEC? I'm sure the guidance and counseling unit should help us here. Because we now have a whole lot of lists of subjects that are not before now. You can see civic education, you can see ICT, you can see crop science and other things that people take in WAEC these days. So the guidance and counseling unit of the institution should help to guide them aright. If you are a science student, there is need. I don't know how that will be possible. There is need that you will take something, one art subject like economics. From what the professor of mathematics told us, you saw how he was summarizing textbook notes on other subjects and teaching people. But it may not be very easy for you if you are coming from the science arts area to do likewise for physics, chemistry, and biology, those ones. So for our digital era, a digital era is just like an era when somebody was brought out from the prison and he came out and discovered and saw people talking to themselves as we do today. You know, people talk to themselves. You know, when people talk to themselves, when somebody put earphone on his ear and he's walking, he's communicating with somebody, he's talking to himself. That's what The person that came out from prison will look at it and say, what is happening on earth? And that's what they call it, general street. But the real acronym stands for Global System for Mobile what? Communication, GSM. So what I want us to understand from this is that our work is evolving. The work we do today is already evolving. The jobs are changing. For you to now make a choice and say, I want to be an art student or science student, I want to be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, the world we are living in is already evolving. You may not know that everything we use at home in the near future, everything we use in our home will change. The refrigerator will now be able to tell us the food in me is already expiring. The refrigerator you have can now tell you that the banana is already what? Expiring. That is the thing we call Internet of Things. IT is bringing a lot of things like Internet of Things. Things are changing. Internet of Things simply means that my phone will be connected to the internet, your refrigerator, your television, and a whole lot of things will be connected. So if you want to choose a career that will reward you, it may not be what we used to think before. I recall very well when I took JAMB, my passion was to be a medical doctor. And the year I took that JAMB, I was successful. But that same year happened to be the year my father died. I looked around, nobody to help. I told myself the medical career will take you longer years and longer resources. Which career are you going to venture into that will be shorter for you to achieve everything God wants you to achieve, for you to be a plus in your family? What happened? I joined. It was the time computing was just new. I joined computer science. Before you know it, in less than some years, I became a graduate. I was able to build my house in the village. I was able to build in town here. I was able to get married. I say, wow. So this profession is a rewarding what? Profession. Within a space of time, it can reward. Don't always think that getting a reward, maybe you want to join digital community or digital world or digital age because you want to be a Yahoo boy. You know the people we call Yahoo boys? Those that will dupe others. Those people cannot be said to be plus to their family. They are what? They are what? But currently in IT world, a lot of things are happening. A lot of jobs are coming while other jobs are going. Very soon, I am a legal luminary, a son, will be a thing of the past. If you say that you are a son, somebody will say, go and sit down. We don't need sons. Why? Because currently there is what we call artificial what? Intelligence. There was a machine that they just brought out. That machine is called IBM Watson. That machine has won more than 99 cases in the world. It has won more than 99 cases. How does the machine do that? You know that in the law courts, a lawyer will quote cases, verdict, past verdict, and now say, this is how it was, the verdict that was given. But what IBM Watson does is to do what? Interface with the internet and give you references of cases from US, how the case was won. Give you facts from Nigeria. That was what is coming up. So what are we talking about in choosing career? IT is now giving us a whole window for us to choose what we want to do. But we must choose something that will be beneficial for the future. AI, robotics, AI. If you want to be a robotic engineer, artificial intelligence, programmer, computing, data science. Because before now, the owners of the world are the people that owns land. After land, the revolution changed and we entered the industrial revolution. And then it became the owners of the industry became the owners of the land. But today, the owners of the world are the people that are in IT, controlling what happens in IT. But tomorrow will come. The owners of tomorrow will be the owners of data. The owners of what? The owners of what? Data. Data. So if you have data, you own everything. Because data is now being used to do marvelous things. So if you want to choose a career, you'll be looking towards that direction. Okay, I want to be part of the owners of data. I want to be part of the owners of people that manipulate data. And what kind of career path will I take that will help me to be owners of data? You will talk about data science. Data what? Science. People that collect data, house data, and use it to do other things. Because the AI we talked of today, the AI, the artificial intelligence, how it works before now is not how it's working now. Before now, programmers, computer programmers will write program. When they write programs, the program will run and do one thing or the other. But today, that is not, we are no longer writing program. What we do is collect data. If you collect data, you give that data back to the computer. Computer will look at the data. When you look at the data, it will now write the program. That is from the data to the program. So for you to choose a career path, whether you are in science or you are an art student, there are a few things you should learn. And that, among the few things, one of them is mathematics. One of them is what? Mathematics. Another one is what? English. English, because English is just a means of communication. So if you know everything and you cannot communicate, you cannot impact, you cannot do the work. In the field of engineering today, we have machine learning. That means machine can learn. Since machine can learn, how do machine learn? Machine learn by looking at data, collect data. It will use data and now learn. The same way we teach you. You read A, B, C, and as you are growing, you are gaining knowledge. That is how machine is now looking at data and now using the data to learn the patterns. And that is where the world is going to. So we wish that tomorrow we will have people that will be machine learning engineers here, artificial intelligence engineers. We will have the Internet of Things engineers, cryptocurrency engineers. We will have blockchain engineers. We should have environmental engineering, aerospace engineers. These days, aeroplanes most times are not being driven by the pilots. The pilot sits at the cockpit. It is called autopilot. And the plane will be moving. And he's not doing anything. But the program is already driving the plane, moving it. There are people that maintain those things because those jobs will not go into extinction. But some other jobs will go into what? Extinction. They will no longer exist. Look at night posts. Before now, we used to have people we call the postmasters. Where are they today? No job. They are no longer there. Look at, before now, we used to go to a cyber cafe where we do browsing. Where are they now? They have gone. Everybody is now carrying his browsing tablets. That is how jobs will be going into what? Extinction. In the field of computer science, you have digital science, data analytics, 3D 3D printing, cloud computing, animation, graphics designing, digital marketing. If you are coming from marketing angle or arts area, you can embrace digital marketing. Let me give you an instance of what's happened with digital marketing. I don't know whether you know the woman they call Lindy Cage. Lindy Cage. The woman blogger. The woman blogger. He just does blogging. But she made all the wealth she desired to make. Why? Because of the space of IT. So in IT age, a lot of things are possible. Not the bad ones. Not the bad ones. Not the Yahoo. Not whatever. You can stay in Nigeria now. We now have virtual jobs, remote jobs. You stay in Nigeria here, then you are working abroad because you have gathered skills. So what is the foundation of this topic? Is to choose a career that will sustain you for life. How do you choose a career? Make sure that number one, your best subjects on the career path you want to choose, you pass all of them so that you have a headway towards the ivory tower. Then make sure that the job you are aspiring for is a job that will not go into extinction in the near future. Drivers, very soon we will not be talking about drivers, because already now we have cars that are what? Driverless what? Cars. You enter a car, you ask the car, take me to the airport. The car will route to where the airport is and carry you to that place. That is how the world is changing. It's a very dynamic world. Because it's a dynamic world, that is why if you want to choose a course, I will not tell you this is the best course, this. But if you want to choose a course, you'll be looking at how the world is moving. And now, what do you need to do to succeed? Outside that, there are other skills that are required of you. Those skills are called the soft skills. Soft skills include collaborating, ability to collaborate with others, to share resources, to share wisdom, to share knowledge with people. That is a soft skill. Building digital tools is another one. Ability to work remotely. I just told you that some people can stay in Nigeria and they are working abroad. And down here they are earning their money in hard currency. And their family smile. Even before you get to the university, if you can get these skills, some of them, you will find out that you'll be here making your money. And nobody will know what you are doing. Interacting with digital world is a fact. You need to know how to interact. If you don't know how to operate the digital devices, that means the nature is already keeping you at bay. You are not part of the world again. If you are not embracing the technology, because if you get to the airport, nobody will come and give you the tickets, flight ticket. You will be expected to go to the machine and do what? And punch and print your card. That means the world is leaving you behind. It happened to me when I don't know that Abuja International Airport, they have changed the distance. I entered. I had my paper. Because I'm coming from the IT world, they say go there and print your tickets. I just walk to the machine, press, enter my code, and my ticket came out. How will it be if you are the one, you get there and you don't know how to operate? And they are telling you boarding has started. And then you will be there trying to see who will help you. Now currently, look at what is happening in GT. If you go to GT now, nobody is giving you your ATM card that expired. If your ATM card expire, you just come, that machine is in front of the GT. You enter your code, you press, a new card will be printed out for you. happening in Aba here, so it's not far. So that is why we need to embrace technology and also know what technology is doing for us and choose a course that will make us relevant in the near future. Because if you choose a wrong choice, if you make a wrong choice, you will be doomed for in the near future. So soft skills are required. What do we do to start tapping from this? What do we do? What we need to do is to always open our eyes to read information of what is happening in the world and how the world is changing. So that when you are about to pick a course, you say this is where the world is heading to now. And that will help you to say this is the choice of course I will make. Currently, I travel to places because of what I have, the knowledge I have gained. A lot of people call me, come and do this, come and do this, come and talk here, come and do this. I am a data scientist. When it comes to data, analyzing it, sometimes when people that want to do their PhD program come, they will tell me I have this data, it's about 2,000 and something. How much will you charge me to analyze the 2,000 samples? I look at it at, just tell them, well, you can give me 50,000. And the person will quickly pay because that analysis will require keying in the data, analyzing it, getting a result, sometimes giving him further explanation for him to understand to present his work. So I used to call IT, information technology, digital era. I used to call IT what? My pockets never dry. My pocket never what? So if you are choosing a course, choose a course that will make your pocket not to do what? Not to do what? If you choose such course, you are good to go. It is no longer time when we look at the prestigious courses, those prestigious courses, medicine, law, you spend so many years. IT has some other courses that if you do. I stayed at home and did what they call user experience designer. I did it abroad. I stayed and did it online. And that is another soft skill. Ability to learn on your own and keep improving yourself. After learning that course, a lot of companies are calling me in America. Hey, can you come over? Can you do this? I said, well, let me finish what I'm doing. I want to come over. I believe this time is the time for Africa. It is African time. I want everybody here to say, it is our time. The richest man. Who is the richest man? Currently, who is the richest man? He's an African man. Who is the richest man? You don't know? Elon Musk. He's from South Africa. Elon Musk. He said he's going to build the best hotel in the space. So it's time for Africa. And at this time that one African man developed a television that use free energy. It doesn't connect to any electricity. He built a car, he built a helicopter. So it's time for Africa. I believe we have great men here that will turn Africa around. It is time for Africa. So we believe that the Bill Gates of tomorrow are here. The Elon Musk of tomorrow are here. But let us choose the right course and then decide to bring something positive to our family so that we can be a plus to our family. I don't want to waste much of your time, but I want to say this. The future will belong to the one who are ready to accept change and adapt to technology like new rules of the game. So let us be ready. It is time to renew, reform, and renovate, because education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. True or false? True or false? So if you are choosing science subjects, choose chemistry, physics, biology, and maths and English. That is fine. Aunties, yes, data processing is good. But these are the basic sciences. I said if you are choosing science, basic is compulsory. Okay. Then if you are choosing the art subjects, make sure that biology is part of it. If biology is not part of it, make sure chemistry is part of it, or data processing, as Auntie said, which is compulsory. So the essence is that you can be able to fit in this our digital era. If there is change, you can change, adjust. I have one of the best programmers. That lady read marketing. She read marketing. But somebody that read marketing, you cannot imagine that the person can come and become the best what? Programmer. And what are we saying? It's all about adapting. Adapting to change. Learning new things. Being willing to learn new things. And when you learn new things, you will discover that you will go home smiling. Your family will smile. Because it was after when I finished IT that our family changed. Because I remember telling my mother that if I graduate, that money will start flowing. And when I graduated, money started flowing. My mom will ask me, I need some money. I'll just ask her, Mom, how much do you need? It wasn't the bad money. She would tell me I need 15,000. Okay, Mom, have 30,000. Do other things you can do. You can do same for your family. So when we talk about IT is a fast rewarder. That course I did online, I did it for 6 months. But the salary per annum they are offering me, and I'm not agreeing yet. They've offered me $92,000 per annum, and I said no. Because others are taking $120,000 per annum, which is to say 1 month's salary is about 5 million naira. It's not a bad one, but it's a good one. But that notwithstanding, let me tell you what will shock you. You know why? Why I'm not even willing to accept the offer is because of what? They cannot pay me. They cannot pay me. There are people we call freelancers. Freelancers make more money than people that are working. Freelancers. Influencers. If you are an influencer for PZ, for one product, you influence their product. You go online, you have your site as a freelancer. You advertise the product and people are buying the product. They will be rewarding you on monthly basis as people buy the product. A lot of people are making huge sums of money with it. So IT is giving us more space to be accommodated. And every one of us can still find his niche there in IT. So I believe God will help us to choose the right course, and we should be able to, if we want to work, it will just be fun that we are working. But the money you make from other sources will be enough to support your family. It is not a crime that you can go on these exotic cars, but it will only be a crime that you will go on exotic car when you rely on duping people to make such money. That's when it becomes what? A crime. But if you have a good work in IT, a good skill in IT, people will be looking for you and you'll be making your money. And as you make your money, you can live your life. You can now start touching other lives. That is the essence of life. Touching other what? Lives. So, employ our guidance and counseling units to help them in choosing subjects properly, so that not when they get to the university or when they are about to go, it will be a problem. Let me narrate one story and conclude with it. When I was in charge of JAMB in my school, a kid walked up to me and said, sir, how can you help me? How can you help me? I said, what's the problem? I asked him. He said, I wanted to do engineering, but when I wanted to register the JAMB, they didn't put mathematics for me to write in JAMB. We used to see such complaints from time to time. So they need to be guided properly, so that even in registering JAMB, you should know this subject and this subject is for this particular course. This one and this is for this other course. So that people will not just sheepishly enter any course. Maybe because you love commerce so much. When you get to where there is, they say, what do you want to do? You say, I want to do medicine. And when they say JAMB course, you will say commerce, economics. Because that is what you love so much. And that will derail you and derail your dream. I pray that nobody's dream shall be derailed in this hall. In Jesus' name. I don't know if there is any question so far on this short talk, because I would have continued if not that our time is already fast spent. I have a hand there.
Give him microphone and somebody.
We deem it a good opportunity to be here to listen to this lecture. Some of us now that are having some responsibility that will not permit us to go into the school, back to school. Is there any way you can raise up maybe an informal system of teaching people like us, so we can have a time? Is there any way we can do that?
Yes. Formal, if you don't have formal education or whatever, or you don't have to, because of responsibility, that's what they are asking. You think that it's no longer possible for you to, there is. In fact, not the one that I established, but there are already existing ones already. I don't know whether you are aware of, there's this site, Grow with Google. Grow with who? There's a site called www.growwithwhat. Grow with what? Google. If you can visit that site today, I am sure you can. Google will show you few things you can just learn to do. Maybe search engine optimizer. There are other words there. You can stay and have their lecture on, have the lectures they have there. Some of them are video. You give your assignment, you do, you watch, you submit assignment. When you graduate from that Grow with Google, maybe search engine optimization, then you will discover that they will start giving you a job. Google will start giving you a job. There are other ones too. But from the question you asked, responsibility is not a limitation. It's a blessing. It's not a limitation. When I was doing that course, something happened. Any day I bring my laptop and open it up to start my training, my children will come. Daddy, I called some of them. I say, come. Do you know what I'm doing? They say yes. I called my son. You always disturb it. Go and take your book. Come and stand by my side. As I'm doing, you are doing. So when I will draw my sketch, he will also be drawing his own what? Sketch. This is the time we can do it. After here, maybe when I get down, if there are other sites I can give you, maybe through IT, I can pass some other sites where you can learn some of these things free and be able to stay and have remote jobs and make your money. There are good money to be made online, other than this one. They will call you, your ATM did this, did that. Anytime they call you, say, call me back. Don't call them back. They are criminals. Your ATM did this. Hey, please call me back. Let's find out solution. Don't call them. Well, because of our time and also the risk involved in the global space, let me also say this. If somebody posts something to you and say, this is the link, follow this link to do anything, look out for HTTPS. If that link does not have what? S, don't go there. It's a phishing site. They want to harvest your data. That's one. Another one is that if you are trying to use a link and you saw that when you click that link redirects immediately, leave that link. That means they can bring the original link name, and behind it they will go and put what? A redirection arrow. That arrow will carry you to another place where they will doom you. So some of these things that happen, or they call you on phone and say, please can you call the code that we send to you. Don't send any code back. These are the cheap ways they use. Sometimes I used to, when I teach myself, some of them will say, sir, teach us, we want to be Yahoo Yahoo. But I say, you are doomed. I will tell them that they are what? Doomed. Because you can't come to school to come and say, teach us how to do Yahoo Yahoo. But that is the essence why some people are enrolling in computer program. Unhappy computer. When you hear unhappy computer, what does it mean? It is simply unhappy computer. But if you want to do the new one, nobody will even know what you are doing. You will do, you get your money, and you won't hurt anybody. So there are ways to do that. But for the younger generation, the future is very bright. The future is very what? Your futures are very bright. This is time for Africa. And Africa, you know what the first name of Africa? Do we know the name of Africa? Africa was not our original name. Euphrates. Euphrates is the name of what? Africa. It was the what do you call this man? The Roman man that goes by the name Africa, that they changed his name and start calling us Africa. Everything is being colonized, including our names. But now Africa is liberated. A lot of things are happening in Africa now currently because it's not within this thing of my. I would have said so many of them. A lot of things is happening. So we thank God that we were able to do this program today, and I'm encouraging the young ones. Tomorrow is very bright. If you are choosing a course, choose a course that will give you success, that will give you reward. And as you do, may God bless you in Jesus' name.